All right, Coach, nice win for you guys in your home opener. I mean, certainly had a lot of different things going on.
Yeah, it was an interesting game to say the least. We did a lot of good things. It was hard to watch from the penalty standpoint. I hope we can come to a consensus at some point here soon, just so that we can get on with playing hockey. It's hard to really get a lot of rhythm in your game when there's just a parade of guys going to the box, and we've got to do a better job getting bodies on people instead of using our sticks. And I want to be a more disciplined team than we showed at times here tonight, but guys are still adjusting to the way things are being called.
Okay, nice start. I mean, you guys hit a power play goal off the bat.
Yeah, these guys, we've actually talked about it quite a bit, and we've worked on it. And everybody we played, we tried to take a little bit of their strengths and try to utilize some of the things that we liked in their game plan and try and add that to our repertoire. But we're a work in progress. I see a lot of good things happening, and guys are growing every day. When you see guys score their first collegiate goal, it's really heartwarming and a big boost to their confidence and gives them a nice start so that they feel part of things. And, I think that we're beginning to find a little bit of chemistry as well. And, that's a big part about having success, is just finding guys that are working hard with each other and guys that are thinking alike, and that creates that synergy that you're looking for.
Hey, what was it like for you, your official first home game back? What was it like for you out there?
The sounds and sights are very much the same that I recall. I was mentioning to somebody I was a little bit spoiled, I guess, seeing this place when it was crawling. The last time I was in here and working for St. Lawrence, it was the ultimate. Everybody in town was buzzing, and every storefront had a logo, or the colors were flying downtown. And hopefully we can get back to that stage someday and really pack it to the rafters and create that excitement that it takes to have great seasons.
Sort of back to the subject of the power plays, I noticed that Eric Sweetman, one of the big sort of power play quarterbacks, spent the majority of the game on the bench with an ice pack on his hand. It didn't look very serious, but how did that sort of, with having to adjust to the number of penalties being called and having a power play that needed some work from last year, and then not having Eric out there, what was sort of the adaptation process like?
Well, we tried a couple of different looks there with other defensemen forward one time, and after we got a pretty good lead, it was time to experiment a little bit and give some guys that normally aren't on a power play an opportunity too. So, I'm just hopeful that he's able to, heal that injury and get back to playing, because he's a big part of our team and obviously his strength on the back end. But he's a guy that can really shoot the puck, and when you don't have that, it's noticeable.
Gavin mentioned the importance of power plays as being momentum changers, whether or not you score on that, and with the increased number of penalties, at least in the early season, and it's likely to stay up given that the NCAA is cracking down. How important is the power play, whether or not you score on it, but just having a good power play that you can put out there and generate chances and shots?
It's huge. If a group of guys come back to the bench and they're dragging their lips, or they're frustrated with one another, or the things that aren't going well creep into your mindset, it can work in the opposite way. You can watch games slip away from you, and oftentimes other teams feed on that. And so having some early success, generating momentum, has been a main focal point for us, is to realize that, man, if you score 3 out of every time, or 3 out of every 10 power plays that you have, it's 30%. It's pretty darn good. And so I just keep reminding guys to create those opportunities, give yourself those chances, give yourself those looks that you want to have, so that your level of success increases.
Okay, so it's kind of a feeling, just maybe a little bit of relief that you guys got your first one here, at home, or
It's always nice to win.